Good evening. This is John Harder, aka Wealth Wiz, and this isn't the hangout that I thought I was going to do. I had another one booked for today, and for some reason, the button did not show up to start the broadcast. So I ended up using tomorrow's, and then we'll have to somehow figure out how we're gonna, how we're gonna fix everything up afterwards. Anyway, what a wonderful holiday season! What a wonderful ending of the 2018 year. It's quite has been quite the ride. You know we. We had been wanting to move back to Mexico for a while, and but we always thought, we'd do it when we're ready, and so finally we just decided to move and forget about getting ready first. So we moved here, and it's been really been awesome. Now, I am really looking forward to 2019. And excuse me, I have great expectations for what 2019 is going to bring, because there is so much going on in the world right now. Many countries have been wanting to leave the U.S. dollar in order to sell oil and so on. But you see, it had been the U.S. had established a worldwide currency to use for oil. So any country across the world, in order to sell oil, they had to use the U.S. dollar. This was a setup of the Rothschilds, I believe. And so countries wanted to get off of that. And some countries also didn't have the central banks. And of course, that was not acceptable. And hence all the wars that we've had. Now, of course, that's just a tiny bit of history that you could have probably found somewhere else. Nonetheless, many countries, I believe, in 2019, many people, I should say, very, very many people, and I'm talking millions and possibly billions of people are going to actually come into the cryptocurrency space in 2019. And why do I believe that? Well, simply because countries are looking for alternatives. And now that the U.S. Army, which is finally pulling out of a lot of these countries that they had invaded during the Obama and previous administrations. Well, they are now apparently they're finishing up and they're coming home and leaving those countries to finally establish their own monetary system, their own laws, and their own, like, finally allowing them to be a country again, like they should have been all the time. And you see, people want more security. People want, they want to have. It's a natural thing. We all want to prosper. We want to prosper. It's not that hard to figure out. That we just simply all want to prosper, and we don't want to dump all our blood and sweat onto the lap of the Rothschilds or whoever it is that is in control. We deserve freedom. We are born to be free, and we deserve to be free. We simply deserve to be free just because we exist. There's nothing that we actually have to do in order to earn our freedom or to be free or to be wealthy for that matter. It's not, it's nature. It's nature itself. Now, what the cryptocurrency market is going to absolutely explode in the next couple of years. And we couldn't be in a better place right now, better set for profiting big from all of that than where we are, especially in Python signals. And the thing is, jobs are diminishing. They are, the population is on the increase, jobs are on the decrease, the conventional jobs. And so what does that mean? Well, that means more and more people are looking to the internet to find ways to make a living. Well, voila. Thank you very much, Python signals, that we have now a very lucrative home-based business that does two things. It does two things. It makes it easy for people who come into the cryptocurrency space that they can easily profit and not risk their money when they're trading, because they can do it intelligently. They can through Python signals, they can get what they need in order to do it safely, trade in the crypto markets, and to multiply their money in the trading by trading. And also the home-based business aspect of it. And now we say a home-based business aspect. What does that mean? That means you have to refer people to a program. You don't know anything about this, and it's going to be hard and it's going to be difficult. No. Okay. Now, if you do refer people, that's fine, but you don't have to. You don't have to in order to make money. On the internet, and I will show you how that works. Okay, so let me just share the screen with you right now, and I'm going to just show you how that all works in order to so you'll understand and get a clear picture of what I'm talking about. Okay, so do you want profit? Well, my assumption is that you do if you watch this video so far. So Python signals, one business, two opportunities. Opportunity number one, crypto cycles and trends trading. Why crypto cycles and trends trading? Because it is the oldest and most reliable way to make money from the crypto market. Can be done by anyone at any time also with any amount of money. Now, the old stock markets that they're the ones that are still trying to prop up, the old cow that's dying, and they're trying to keep it alive and stuff. Well, it in the stock markets, you had to have multi-millions in order to play in that sandbox. So it was like impossible for the average person to enter those markets. But now in crypto, anyone can come in and start with any amount of money. This is so easy to do. Now, let me tell you, when I started about 2 years ago, and of course it was a very wild ride. Because within the first 3 months I actually made a lot of money, and then I lost most of it because I didn't have Python signals. So how does it work? Well, it's you buy low and sell high. That's really how it works. Now, the thing is, what happens is you make money from the up and down trends in the crypto market. So you make money when the trend goes up. You also make money when the trend goes down. You make money when it goes up, and you make money when it goes down. And of course, unless you don't know what to do, you don't know when to buy or sell, and then you might end up just going for a wild, a roller coaster ride, and getting hardly any richer, or it's very likely that you would still gain some, but I mean, in the long run, you would still gain some, because basically what happens is the markets usually don't come quite down all the way to where they were before, and they usually go up a lot higher than they were before. Now, especially what we're expecting this year in 2019, and possibly also the year after, is that they are going to skyrocket far above that what they have been before, because of the sheer amount of people that are going to come into this space during this time. Now, buying low and selling high, that's how it works. It's really the objective of any business. When you put up a store, same thing. You want to, you've got to sell your products for more than what you paid for it, or else you're obviously impoverishing yourself. Now, here we have a chart that shows us the power of cycles and trends trading. And this year table is simply from 2017, when from January to December, not necessarily giving us any of the highs and lows in between, but what was the, what you could buy the coins for in December, or in January, sorry, and then sell them for in December. That's basically what we're looking at here. Okay, so Bitcoin you could buy in January $100 worth and sell it in December for 1,400. Ethereum, buying $100 worth in January, you could sell it in December for 8,750. Litecoin 100, sell for 5,000. Monero 100, selling for 2,400. And finally, Dash, buying in January $100 worth, you could sell in December for 8,500 or 8,890. So that's a pretty good profit in 1 year. Now, as I mentioned, during the year, there would have been quite a few ups and downs yet that aren't really actually mentioned in this chart. Okay, so the $1 million question is, when should I buy and when should I sell? Now, let me just elaborate a little bit more on my experience last year in 2017, because I bought about $500 worth of coin, which made me 30-some thousand by in 3 months. And what happened then, the price turned around and went back down, and it didn't go down as low as it had been, but from that 500, I had only about 3,000 left. And I just didn't know what to do, and I ended up selling it, which was also a huge mistake, because it later went up far beyond of what it had been before. And the problem the mistake that I made, that I didn't sell when it was high in the beginning of or at the end of June or whatever, and then preserve my profits and buy back in when it was low in August, during July and August, before it started going back up. And the thing is, you make money on both trends, on the up and on the down. And you might ask the question, well, how do you make money on both ends? Well, when you ride the price up, you make money. But then when you pull out your profits and preserve your profits, while the price is going down, you're also making money, because the lower it goes, the more you can buy when you buy back in. You see? And so the downward trend is really just as important as the upward trend. Okay, so when should you buy and when should you sell? That was the question, and that was my predicament also in 2017, because I had no idea when to buy or when to sell. Now, that is where Marius Landman comes in. Now, Marius here, let me tell you something about Marius. Marius, he's been working in for very major companies like Shell, which is a worldwide company, GE, a worldwide company, and of course some other companies. And he had developed an algorithm that where they were able to put in data surrounding circumstances and events, and they could project a future, you know, being able to make changes and thus project a different outcome for the future. And so in 2015, he plugged that same system into the crypto market space, and the crypto market, and it has yielded phenomenal results, because what it's able to do is predict the prices of the future, and it has gained him massive profits, as well as many others, because others soon caught on and paid him for the you know, for the data, and so he had quickly developed a list of people that were paying him to get this data. Now, so now he has him and a few other guys. They have together launched Python Signals, and their objective with Python Signals is to help the average person, the you and me kind of person, who the average person holding a job, to get to help them get out of debt and then prosper. Okay, prosper financially. Once you have no debt and you have plenty of money, everything else you can buy, you know. All right, so remember in 2017 when the price went up to $20,000, the Bitcoin price? Well, when it went up like that, Wall Street was using the news media saying, buy Bitcoin, it's going up, it's going to go up to, I don't know, 50,000 or 100,000, it's going to the moon or whatever. Well, Marius, his data was telling him something different. So he advised his subscribers, pull out at 19.5 because the price is going to come back down. So many of his subscribers pulled out their profits and preserved their profits, while the rest of us, well, we went over the cliff. And so that is the power of having access to this kind of data. You see, some of these coins, they will gain profits like 6,000%. Like just take your calculator and do some math. What 6,000% of profit looks like, and sometimes even more than that. And of course, that's not always the case, but it is sometimes. Okay. All right. So, so what does it take? Like, what would you say? What is it worth to you to be able to have access to this kind of data and coming into the market at this time, knowing that millions and hundreds of millions of people are going to come into the crypto market that have hardly even heard about it yet, that are all going to be in need of Python signals, of course, but even just simply for the sake of knowing that you can trade and have and gain massive profits on whatever amount of money it is that you would be able to start trading with, and knowing that you can do it safely. You can do it safely by following the directions of Python signals through Marius Landman's reports. Okay. Now, well, what it takes is you have to become a subscriber of Python signals. That's really all it takes in order to get your hands on that data. And here are the packages that are available, how you can get started. You can, we have 4 different levels that you can come in on, and all 4 give you the exact same data, exact same access, except for a different time period. And there's also a difference in payout in the matrix. Okay, so it is a matrix system. Now, I know some people think of it right away as a multi-level marketing company, which actually it isn't, because the difference between the way Python signals works and that of a multi-level marketing company is that a multi-level marketing company, they come and they use they set up their pay plan and then attach a product to that pay plan. They don't have a valuable product and then attach a powerful pay plan to it. It's the other way around. And what happens with multi-level marketing in most cases is you end up with a bunch of products that you don't use, because you basically joined because of the money you wanted to make with the pay plan. And the pay plan is set up in such a way that it takes this amount of volume, a certain amount of volume on the one leg, another certain amount of volume on the other leg, and a certain amount of referrals on the one leg and on the other leg. And you got all of these loops and hoops that you have to jump through in order to actually qualify to get paid. Well, you see, we don't have any of that here at Python Signals. It's very simple. You get a subscription, which gives you access to the trade data, so you can trade safely. We don't do any trading for you, none of that. I know there's plenty of programs out there that, oh yeah, you give us your Bitcoin and we'll do the trading for you. And then a couple of months later, after several thousand people have put money into it, they disappear. Well, and another thing, remember you saw the picture of Marius Landman on the site? Well, on those type of programs that I was just talking about here, you never see the owners. They don't ever display themselves because they don't expect to ever be known. They just come up with a nice, very beautiful website that makes it ever so professional. And then they pay some people at the beginning to get people confidence, so that people start really getting confident that, oh yeah, this company pays, and then next thing they disappear. And so at Python Signals here, it's very different. We're not an MLM company. We have a product that millions of people want. Not a product that's going to be piling up on the table that you won't know what to do with. This is a product that pretty much everybody wants. Everybody that comes into the cryptocurrency space wants this product, so they can intelligently and safely trade in the crypto market space. Okay. Now, let me just run you through these packages, what exactly we have here, because we have a silver pack, a gold pack, a platinum, and a galaxy. So the silver is obviously it's $50 for 30 days access to the trading. The gold is $150 for 90 days access to the trading data. The platinum is $250 and $180 days access to the trading data. And the Galaxy is $500 with 15 months access to the trading data. Now this being 15 months, that's only now while we're in pre-launch. It's normally, it is a yearly, it's $500 a year, okay? Now, the silver pack, let's go back to the silver. Actually, let me just say this. All 4 packages pay a 10% direct referral bonus over and above what the matrix payout is, all right? So on every package, for every person that you refer, that you directly refer, you will get an extra 10% over and above what the matrix payout is, all right? If you're a Galaxy 1000 member, which is there's only just a few packages left. So if you're a Galaxy 1000, then you actually get 15% over and above the matrix payout and as a direct referral bonus, okay? All right, so what's the difference in the matrix payout on these packages? Well, the silver pays 6 levels, and we'll take a look at the matrix in just a bit where I'm going to clarify that a little bit more. So the silver pays 6 levels, 24%. The gold pays 9 levels at 36%. The platinum pays 12 levels at 48%, and the Galaxy pays 18 levels at 65.5%. And it doesn't matter if you're a lifetime or a 500, it doesn't matter. It's the same in the matrix. All right, so let's take a look at what exactly do you get when you buy a package. As I mentioned, we do not trade for you. It's nothing like that. There isn't this 2% a day or 3%, none of that, okay? We don't do the trading. You get access to the data so you can trade, you know, intelligently, following the data so you know which coins to buy or which coins you want to buy. You can make the decision for yourself, and you know how much money you want to put in. All of that's all up to you, okay? What you get is you get Marius's timely trading report for the top 40 cryptos. Private Zoom meeting with Marius and team. That is only with the Galaxy 1000, the second line here. Email notifications is everybody gets that. Private Telegram group, private Telegram group is only for the Galaxy 1000 members. All right, but then you have the 5.1 million annual income roadmap. Let's take a closer look at that. All right, opportunity number 2, the revenue share plan, the 5.1 million annual income roadmap. So here, these are the guidelines that it takes for you to be paid. And as if you remember, I mentioned already that we don't have that there has to be this much volume on the one leg and that much on the other and all of that stuff. There's no volume required. There's no referring required. Nothing required as far as that goes. The only requirement here at Python Signals for you to benefit from by getting paid and by getting access is that you are a subscriber, that you buy one of those packages. That gives you access to the data so you can trade securely and with confidence and in the crypto market. And it opens for you, you are then in the matrix as well. So in the matrix, you don't have to refer anybody to start getting paid. So now you're probably wondering, well, how does that happen then? How would I start getting paid if I don't refer anybody? Well, the way that happens is that when people from above you, whether it's the person that referred you or whether it's the person that referred him or her, or from above there, whatever, when people from above you build their matrix, refer people to build their matrix, that will end up trickling into your matrix. And as soon as they are in your matrix, you get paid. Okay? Now, then as the people that are in your matrix, as they pick up the pace and refer people, it could fill your entire matrix without you referring anybody. And you could end up with a full matrix payout every month without having referred any person. How's that for making money unintentionally? Okay, so it is a 2x18. It's a 2x18 matrix. The pay plan, the matrix is. And don't forget, as I mentioned before, that the 10% or 15%, if you're a lifetime, a Galaxy lifetime, those percentages, that is for direct referrals. That pay is over and above what the matrix payout is. Okay. Now, we have people already in Python Signals that are earning Bitcoin daily that haven't referred anybody, and they're earning Bitcoin. It all depends on what the people above them and the people below them, are busy with. And of course, if you're busy referring, that just will build your matrix all the faster. Now, all commissions are paid daily in Bitcoin. You come in with Bitcoin, you also get paid in Bitcoin. All right, so here we have the matrix table. And so now we will take a look at what that payout actually looks like. So let's take a look at the columns first. The columns are the first column to the left is the levels. It goes all the way down to level 18, as I mentioned. It's a 2x18. The next is the percentages that each level pays, which repeats 543, 543, all the way down to until you get to 15. Then 16 and 17 and 18, they are 2%, 2%, and 1.5%. The middle column are the amount of subscriptions, amount of people that have bought subscriptions in the matrix. And as you can see, it's 2, then 4, then 8, then 16, 32, 64, 128, 256, 512, 1024. Always doubles. All right, every level, it's always twice as much. All the way down until you get to level 18, which is 262,144 people. If you're a Galaxy member, that's what you would have in your full matrix. The fourth column is the amount that each level pays, and the fifth is the total payout of matrix payout on each level. Okay. Now, what if you are a silver member? As you can see, we have the highlighted the four highlighted lines here, well, those represent the packages. The silver pack pays 6 levels, as I mentioned before. That would give you a residual income of $2,250 a year. And it costs you $50 a month to keep that up. And the gold is, the gold costs you $150 to keep that up. And it pays 12 levels, a total matrix payout of $18,250. The platinum payout pays on 12 levels, which would pay you $146,250 a year. And finally, the Galaxy would have 262,144 people or packages sold, making you $1,966,080 on this level. A total matrix payout yearly residual income of $5,102,410. Not bad for a yearly income. Now, if you are, let's say you are a silver member, let's just say that if you are a silver member and people, your matrix was getting fuller and your matrix ended up building lower than the 6th level and the 7th and 8th and the 9th and maybe the 10th level, and you still are a silver member, while you by that time are losing a lot on commissions, because you need in order to be paid on deeper levels, you need to have a higher subscription. And now, if you noticed on the packages, the silver and the gold, they basically are $50 a month. One is every month, the other one is every 3 months, but they're $50 a month. Whereas the platinum package actually saves you $50 and covers 6 months. So that's bi-yearly. That's already a much better deal. But then the Galaxy is actually the same price. It's actually, again, it's the same price. There's a break between the gold and the platinum. But the other one's the same price, except that it pays on all 18 levels. Okay, and then you only have to pay once a year. Except, of course, if you have the lifetime, then you never have to pay again. All right, so I hope that made it clear for you what the matrix, how the matrix works. As I mentioned earlier, that what happens is, like, let's say you bought a package. You know how you make money without referring anybody? That is simply by people above you referring people, and they end up in your matrix and you start getting paid. That's simply how that works. And we have already people that are beneficiaries of that. Okay. All right. So as I mentioned, we are very close to being sold out of the lifetime package, where the Galaxy 1000, that's a lifetime package. You pay once and never pay again. All right, so, well, my friends, I am not here to convince you. I have showed you what Python Signals is all about, and I have also mentioned where we're at in time, and what we're looking for, what we expect 2019 to be and 2020. what we expect those years to be, the next couple of years, that massive amounts of people are going to come into the crypto space, which means they're all going to need Python signals. They're not all going to get Python signals. We obviously can pretty much assume that, but they will all need it because of the in order to trade safely in the crypto market, it's necessary to have access to this data. Okay, so if you are watching this and you're saying, well, this isn't for me, you know what, that's perfectly fine. I want to thank you for watching this, and I want to wish you all the best in whatever it is that you are doing and are going to do. However, if you see the benefits of coming on board with Python signals and benefit from all of those people that are going to be coming into this space. By the way, I have word from the owners that in January, starting in January, there are some very major companies coming into Python signals, which are going to bring in hundreds of thousands of people. Now, and who knows, I don't know how far that will go, but with that many people, it's very likely that there's going to be some very good marketers in there too, pushing it further. So, me hearing something like that, I would right away go, I've got to be in. I've got to be in ahead of that because I want, I want to benefit from all of those people coming on, as opposed to them getting the buzz rolling really, really high, and then me missing out on all of that dough that's going to come in. Okay, so but that's just my way of thinking. That's that it's up to you what you want to do. Again, I'm just gonna stop this screen share here. Hopefully I won't be closing that. All right, so I don't see any questions in the chat right now, so I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching. And if you're watching this on YouTube, I want to just invite you to check the links below so that that you can get started right away, and and let me help you get plugged into all of the stuff that we do in order to help new people prosper right away. Okay, please do contact me. All right, thank you so much.